And let's go with Group 5. Group 5 right now, taking the track at Spokane County Raceway. And sitting on the pole in the BMW 325 IS, number 108, Dan Gavrila. What can you tell us about this particular group here?
The Group 5 is dominated mostly by the Pro 3 cars. You know, Gavrila and Cody Smith, they're first and second. We got to watch these guys. They're going to make a race of it.
And do you expect a tightly contested race or a series of packs? How does this look?
You know, these cars are pretty close-knit. Speed, performance, they're all set up very similar. Kind of a driver's class, too. Two front runners there, probably the two best in this particular group right now. Dim Rylick, he's going to make a race of it. But let's keep our eyes on Smith and Gavrila.
So that would be 108 Dan Gavrila, who is the pole sitter, and Cody Smith, BMW 325. He has number 225. So the black, red, and blue, and the blue and black in the BMWs. Well, we have our first car in the dirt, just past our vantage point.
Yeah, this Doug Hedges in his Datsun 260Z. Looks like he's getting gathered up here.
That's Douglas Hedges again, the Datsun 260Z. Well, that's one way to navigate the course.
Well, he's awake now.
Yeah. How difficult is it after a start like that? Have you had that experience before where you have a sidestep early and are your nerves rattled? What's your perspective on this time?
You usually get it at, you know, for me, I'm extremely nervous until I get the green flag, or if I have to talk about it like this. But, you know, once you get the green flag, the nerves tend to go away. Sometimes you get a little bit of an adrenaline dump right away. These guys are close, your brakes, your tires, you know, they're just not up to temperature. You know, it just looked like he came through the corner just a little bit wide. It happens to all of us. We've all been there.
All these drivers coming from different parts of the country, and I'm sure different tax brackets too. This is a sport that obviously it takes money, but it doesn't mean necessarily, Todd, that you have to be rich to participate.
No, you know, that's true. You know, I'm a lonely all ports guy, and I have just as much fun as the doctors and lawyers and everybody else out there. You know, once a helmet goes on, you're in the car, you're all pretty much equals.
In the lead right now, Dan Gavrila, but take a look at Cody Smith right on top of him. And we've got a tight race 1 through 4 right now, especially in the top 2. Gavrila's top time coming at 1:37.809, and not far behind was Cody Smith, 1:38.162.
Yeah, 3/10 is nothing.
I tell you, these BMW drivers, 3/10, 2/10, that's what they're trying to eke out of their cars, isn't it?
Oh, they do. You know, they come out and make a few laps during qualifying or practice and do some changes on the spring shock combination just to try to get those extra little 2-3/10 out, just to be just that much faster than the next guy.
Another way to get the 2 or 3/10 is just to hold the line and make those moves, but every second counts.
Yes, it does. Yeah, keep all 4 tires on.
That's a good start, and sometimes easier said than done.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, the course is in great shape here this afternoon. As always, couldn't have asked for a better day here as we start the month of June here in 2014.
Yeah, and the temperatures right now, we got a nice little cross breeze, so, you know, the guys are staying cool in the cars.
Doug Rylick holding down third right now. He's number 125, also in a BMW. So the BMW 325s, 1, 2, and 3. Even I believe James Colborne might have slipped into that number 4 spot in another BMW.
Yeah, he got by Josh Moriarty in the Porsche 944.
So BMWs 1 through 4. So far, it's been all about the Beamers. Remember, we had a 1-2 finish in those BMWs in Group 4 between Jim McCaddy and Michael McAleenan. McAleenan taking the checkered flag in that race. This is Group 5.
You know, Sam, these two cars come out of the same camp, prepared pretty much the same way. So, you know, for me personally watching them, it's kind of a driver's race, you know. Cody Smith's last year's Pro 3 champion. So, you know, and Dan's won a ton of races too. So this is extremely enjoyable watching these two go at it.
It's almost like watching a stock car race on a road course. All things equal between Gavrila in the lead and Smith running in 2. Running very similar cars. Identical even.
There they come coming up into turn 4 here. You know, I'm thinking Cody's playing the patience game here. I don't think he's going to show his cards right away.
Every time so far that we have seen Cody kind of move in, he's kind of backed off just a little bit, as you said. I think he might be holding back just a little bit. Want to make this fun. I tell you what, the pressure's always on the guy in front, not the one in second.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're worried about protecting your line, making sure the other guy doesn't get by you. You know, the other guy can sit back a little bit, cool things down, watch where you're making mistakes, exploit them when he's ready.
Well, you're playing poker and you find a tell. You don't go after it right away. You milk it for all it's worth.
Exactly.
Which reminds me, we got some poker to play tonight.
I'm a better race car driver, Sam.
Oh, we might have an overtake there on the straightaway.
Well, thank you, Mr. Smith.
Cody Smith has taken a lead. So Cody overtakes Dan. Smith in the 225 car has the lead, at least momentarily.
I wonder if Cody was listening to me. He says, no, Tide, you're going to be wrong about this one, too.
Enough slow playing. He's going right after the pot.
You know, sports car racing is very unpredictable. That's what makes it a blast.
Oh, coming in really hard on that turn. Cody Smith playing it perfectly.
Yeah, but look who's coming up in third place, making a charge at him. Doug wants to get in there.
Doug Rollick in the 125 car. This might be a 3-horse race. Forget that 1 versus 2 chop the pot. We've got a third player in the game right now.
Yeah, if these two get racy, that's going to give them time to catch up to them.
There he is, just entering the screen. Doug Rollick. What can you tell us about Doug?
You know, Doug's been doing this for a long time. They freshened up that car a couple years ago. It's got a beautiful paint job. Matter of fact, these top 3 cars are very fresh. Again, beautiful cars to look at. Very, very nicely prepared. They all come out of the same camp. AAF takes very good care of these cars, these drivers. They're just a beautiful, beautiful race cars.
Tell me about some of the places that these guys will, you know, we talk about the history between these drivers. Where else will they be going, not only in the Northwest, but where do these guys end up going racing against each other?
You know, the whole conference, which is the sanctioning body, ICSCC, you know, we're in Seattle, Portland, Shelton, Grass Valley, which is ORP, up in Canada at the Mission. These guys will make the whole tour. And I mean, they're racing each other every week, and they know each other very well. And you know, when they don't have the helmet on, they're in the same pits together. So, yeah, there's a great group of guys.
As you said, a very tight-knit group, not only as far as where the cars are positioned, but as far as hanging out off the track as well.
Yeah, exactly. One of these guys had an incident, pretty bad incident, tore up his car pretty bad. And while he was getting checked out, everybody grabbed his car, had it on jack stands, and Dartner had the thing fixed before he even got back to the pits. You know, great, like I said, great group of guys.
A nice little battle between just like Group 4, the BMW's the head of the class. Smith and Gavrila.
Yeah, I've noticed Gavrili's back tires looks like they're getting a little greasy. Watch the tail end of that car coming out of turn 9. Next time we come around, if we're on the camera on him, you'll see he's stepping out just a skosh.
We got some Porsches going pretty close to each other as well.
Been watching these guys off camera, and they've been nose to tail this whole race, having a brilliant race between them.
Look at that, down the straightaway. Looks like one of those Porsches is going to be able to overtake the other one for the lead. Oh, almost.
Almost, boy. It's a little hair-raising going through turn 1 on the far left like that.
I tell you what, when you're hitting 150, 160, and your window suddenly closes.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize between 1 and 2 that the braking zone is is pretty short, so you got to get it woed down pretty darn quick.
Cody Smith in the lead, and here are the Porsches again.
Oh, look at these guys. These are Pro 44s with spec class.
Matt Chambers in the 243. That's a Porsche 944. And look at 317. Josh Moriarty, who started in 4th. So back and forth we go with the Porsches.
Yeah, look like they're evenly matched. In this particular group, they're running ITS class, which is an improved touring. And they're staying right together, Sam. Look at that.
2 peas in a pod.
Separated by their colors.
And not much else other than that. Back to the BMW you see there. There's one of them. So there's our 2 leaders here. And I say 2 because they have gone back and forth as they almost did again. But just holding on. Dan Gavrila now has the lead.
Yeah, it looked to me like Cody got a little bit mixed up going through turn 2 and got taken advantage of there.
Gavrila and Smith 1-2.
Let's see what Cody's going to do coming up in the 4. Now he's going to stay there. He's going to wait a minute or 2.
And Doug Rollick still lurking behind in the shadows in 3rd.
Yeah, waiting for one of those 2 to make a mistake so he can gather it up a little bit more there.
Haven't seen a whole lot of mistakes.
No.
Not all afternoon. But look at that nose to tail.
Oh, Cody
Smith is going to overtake him. Cody has taken the lead.
That was a nice pass there. Oh, he went into the pits. Garland's into the pits. Had a problem there.
So Dan Gavrila, who had led for much of this race, is out, and this is now Cody Smith's race to lose.
Oh, that's a shame. Dan had to work on his car earlier for qualifying. Little bit of an incident there. They worked hard, got that car going. It's a shame to see him into the pits here.
There's a reason why they call it the pits.
Yes. Well, the hot pits.
So Gavrila forced to step aside. The new leader, Cody Smith.
And here comes Doug.
Smith's got a little company. Doug Rollick now up to task.
Say, Dan's out of there. I'll take his place. You know, they're coming up on some lap cars here, so that could play into it.
Oh, Rollick really coming in hot here, too. Dan Heinrich in the Toyota Paseo will pull aside and let these guys work out their differences.
Absolutely. Dan's been doing this for a long, long time. He knows what's going on out there. He knows. And hey, he's
an eyeball on the rear view just to make sure where they are in relation to him, and he'll scoot out of the way when that moment comes.
You know, he's an assistant race steward too, so these guys are going to be really clean by him.
And there they go. So Cody Smith, a clean pass as he laps him. Cody in 1 and Doug holding down 2nd. About halfway through this race, and Cody Smith, the new leader. Dan Gavrila, his day is over. Unfortunate for him. He had been running a great race, but sometimes the car just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. You know, and these two are coming out of the same camp, so, you know, AAF done a wonderful job preparing these two cars.
And Doug Rawlick, he's not going to be content taking 2nd in this race, I get the feeling, Todd.
No. Cody, don't ease up, my friend. He's coming after you.
About 2 car lengths, maybe a car and a half separating these two.
Yeah, they're taking a beautiful line through turn 4. That's just textbook there.
Slamming on the brakes is Doug Rawlick, but he gets right back on track.
Yeah, he's going to feel a little thump now for a couple little corners. Just goes to show how hard he's trying. He just pitched the car a little bit sideways there.
That'll get the heart pumping a little bit.
Absolutely. You don't want your tail to pass you.
Not unless you're spinning donuts afterwards.
Yes.
The 2 BMWs now nearing the straightaway.
Yeah, it looked like it cost Doug a little bit of time there, but let's see if he can make it back up.
Down the straightaway they come. Cody Smith in the lead. Doug Rawlick right behind.
Well, looks like he's gathering them up there, Sam.
Doug might just have to be patient at this point and wait for Cody to make a mistake. I don't know. Does he have the car to overtake him?
Well, it only takes just a slight little mishap.
Cody holding a good line there. Okay. It is Cody Smith's race to lose right now in the blue and black BMW 325. Holding off Doug Rawlick, he withstood and overtook Dan Gavrila, who was the pole sitter. Got another great race going on here. Look at this pack.
Yeah, 145. There's Perry Hartman in the Nissan there. Oh, look at this going into turn 6 here. Little neons peeking in there. BMW.
I believe that's a look like a neon. Is that? Yeah. That might be Donato Di Sandoli, the Dodge Dion ACR.
ACR, yeah, factory little race car.
It looks like we'll have a lead change as well at the lead of the pack.
Oh, be darned, look at that.
So take your eye off the ball just a little bit, and sure enough, Doug Rawlick has overtaken Cody Smith for the lead. But look at that. How long will the lead last?
Cody's going to go after him, guaranteed.
You ever see a case where a guy kind of relinquishes the lead because they just like to sit back and have the challenge of overtaking him again? I'm not suggesting that. I'm just wondering if it ever happens.
I don't know anybody that likes to give up the lead. I know I sure don't.
They don't race, do they?
No.
They're called spectators.
Yeah, what's that old saying? Second place is first loser.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
So all the grinding pays off for Doug Rollick, who is lurking in the shadows, but he is in the shadows no more. But right behind him, nose to tail, is Cody Smith.
Boy, they are having a good run, nice and clean through this section here, jumping onto the back straightaway.
Objects in mirror are closer than they appear.
Yeah, here comes Cody. Let's see what he does coming into turn one, and then, yeah.
Nowhere to navigate it on the outside, so Rollick hangs on, at least for the moment.
Yeah, did a good job protecting the line entering turn two there. He's got some speed there.
Third different leader we've had now. First Gafferla, then Smith, and now Rollick when it counts the most.
Yeah, Doug Rollick did a wonderful job just hanging back, waiting for his moment. Took it when it was there.
Smith nipping right at his heels.
Oh,
see if the door opens. Almost did.
Yeah, he's protecting nicely though.
And just hanging on right now is Rollick in the 125 red BMW 325 IS.
These guys are doing a great job here.
See if Cody's going to make his move. Down the straightaway. This is an opportunity now. Doug Rollick 1, Cody Smith 2.
Cody's tucked up really nice underneath him there. Sam, this is a great race with these two guys.
It hasn't been back and forth, but it has been nip-tuck.
These two are coming up on slower traffic now. Oh,
here's an opportunity. Almost.
Yeah, he
but
took
Rollick held the line, held him off.
So he did a little peek looking in there. Coming up on 97, that looks like Brian Woodbury there in his Miata. Brian will see him coming and move off to the side. Ooh, dropped a tire there. Anyways, Brian will get out of the way so these two can continue on with their race.
Every time they lap a member of the field, that's an opportunity for Smith to retake the lead.
Yeah. Brian Woodbury moved over nicely, cleanly, made these guys go on with their race.
Rollick hanging on by a thread right now for the lead here in Group 5. Where are Cody and Doug age-wise, comparatively speaking to each other?
You know, Cody, I call him a kid, but he's not. I've known him since he's been a young man, since he was a teenager, watching him come up through the motorsports ranks through autocrossing and endurance racing and stuff like that. It's great to see him mature and become a champion in his first year in that particular car there. You know, Doug, I don't know too well. More by reputation, good guy, clean racer. You know, I just haven't spent much time around Doug.
Well, Doug and Cody have certainly spent a lot of time alongside each other in this race.
Yeah, especially since they're coming out of the AF camp, so yep.
The slimmest of margins right now for Doug Rollick.
Oh, look at here, Sam.
And there we go. Cody Smith has now taken the lead, makes his move on Doug Rollick. And with just about 5 minutes to spare, not a whole lot of time to spare in this Group 5.
Yeah, when they went by the start finish, they got the 5 minutes left, or the 5-minute board as we like to call it. What about you, Sam? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Well, we've been very fortunate to get some great tight racing going on. Clean racing too. Well, Smith lost the lead once to Rollick. Will he relinquish it one more time? Rollick had to bide his time to get his first lead, but now Cody Smith has retaken the lead.
And they're both driving hard. Sam's going to maybe get a little interesting coming up on some more lap traffic here.
This is as much congestion as they're going to see since the start.
And I guarantee you, Smith there, the 225 is going, oh, man.
We have to remind ourselves, too, that those two racers ahead of the leaders may have a good little race going on between them. Of course, the priority is to let the leaders through.
Yeah, they'll move over where it's safe and convenient, you know. And the leaders, when they're coming through, they don't want to mess up their race either. Yeah. Nicely done. Well, looks like Cody got a little bit of a gap there.
Cody in the lead. Doug running in second. Do these cars typically run this tight?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're very closely prepared. The same. Driver may want a little softer spring, harder spring, you know, dampening in the shocks, things just for the personal touch, if you will. But they're very, very similar. You know, it's a spec class. On the last lap now.
So it's crunch time right now. Cody Smith trying to hold off the charge from Doug Rollick. And it looks like this is his race to lose.
Yeah, we got about 60 more seconds here to see. Yeah, it looks like Cody gapped him a little bit there. Not by much.
And Cody Smith, who had overtaken Dan Gavrila to take the lead, then overtook Doug Rollick, has held on to win this one. Cody Smith, your winner in Group 5.
Thumbs up by Cody.